that now you should do on integral calculus. Rupesh, are you there? Yes, this question is if vector field is equal to r cap by r square. Suppose if you have a point charge at the origin q, usually if you find electric field at a at some position r, suppose that electric field would be like this, am I right? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square into r cap. Q is here, this is r vector, q by r square into r cap. Again, this vector field is of this type actually. We don't have any coefficient, but this vector field is exactly similar to electric field due to charge at the origin. Okay, so you have a source here, you have source of electric field here. At the source actually you can expect there is some divergence, am I right? There is no other source anywhere else, isn't it? So electric field is starting from here. Wait a second. Now so due to this charge, electric field is starting from here, it is ending at infinity, am I right? In that case, look at here, if you take divergence anywhere except at the origin where there is a charge, you should get divergence 0, because there are no sources outside this origin, am I right? Only one source. But at origin you should not get 0. But when you take divergence of this one, del dot r cap by r square, you will get 0, because again this derivative, whatever, it's a kind of derivative only, this derivative will not take care about origin actually. This is true except at the origin. That's why again later we are going to edit this formula. We are going to edit this one. Again we edit this one according to our actually Gauss theorem. We use Gauss theorem to edit this one actually. Okay, again, so that is the problem with this one. This is true except at the origin. Is that okay? Again later we are going to edit this one like this, del dot r cap by r square, del dot, wait a second, so later we are going to edit this one as 4 pi delta cube of r, Dirac delta. So this delta cube of r, this exists only at the origin. This is 0 outside the origin. Okay, we are going to edit this one according to Gauss theorem actually. We apply Gauss theorem, we find inconsistency in the Gauss theorem, but we believe Gauss theorem. Okay, and to fix that one, we are going to fix this right hand side part. Okay, so you will see this one later. Again, it is greatly discussed. Again, other questions. Limit, isn't it? Limit in this problem. What is the physical interpretation of a gradient of gradient scalar function is 0? Yeah, that is correct. Okay, again, if gradient is 0, that means the function attaining stationary in all possible direction actually. If I write del t is equal to 0, that means vector, am I right? I am writing dou t by dou x is equal to 0, dou t by dou y is equal to 0, dou t by dou z is equal to 0. All directional derivatives, these are usually directional derivatives, all of these are 0. That means actually in case of multivariable calculus, these are what you call condition for extremum. So that is the physical interpretation, that's correct. Are you there? Sakir, are you there? Yeah, again, so regarding limit in this example, let me just draw the geometry. 1 here, 1 here, 1 2 3 here. You have prism shape region here, okay? 3 here, 1 here, 1 here. It is this region is of prism shape. Can you just imagine this one? Now this is x here, this is y here, this is z here. If you take x running from 0 to 1, y running from 0 to 1, z running from 0 to 3, that will cover actually a kind of how to say, yeah, so again cuboid region actually, that will not cover this region. I think what I do here is, wait a second, yeah, again I have here, I have dx dy, okay, I have one area, again infinitely small area, this is nothing but dx into dy. This area is dx into dy. Let me take like this, dy here, dx here, okay, 1 here, y axis here, x axis here, okay. Now what I do here is, again 0 to 1 minus x dy, isn't it? That will give, again you are integrating with respect to dy, different dy. I think I hope you will get this one, this height, again you are integrating with respect to different dy here, okay. You are just integrating with respect to different dy, one more dy, one more dy, one more dy. How dy is running from, again y is running from 0 to, again what is this value? Suppose if you have y here, what is this value? This is nothing but y is nothing but 1 minus x, am I right? So can I just write like this? This equation of line is y is equal to 1 minus x. Suppose again if you have y here, again so again you should to find this one, this area, again this length of this ribbon, okay, you should integrate y from 0 to arbitrarily, okay. So this arbitrary ribbon, okay, again that's what I was trying to convey here, y here, x here, this is one ribbon, okay, infinitely small ribbon here, okay. How do you find its height? Again of width dx, first find the height of this one. What is the height of this one? Height of this one is nothing but y, isn't it? Height of this one is nothing but y. Again to find that height, what I do is I just do dy, just like I am going to take very small part and I am going to integrate with respect to y here from 0 to 1 minus y, 1 minus x, y is equal to 1 minus x here, this one arbitrary y point here, okay, 0 to 1 minus x. Again when you do this one, what you get this height actually, you got this height is nothing but 1 minus x. Look at here, what is the answer? 1 minus x. Now that one 0 to 1 minus x dy, you multiply with dx. If you multiply with dx, what will happen is that will become an area. This height multiplied with infinitely small, what you call width, you will get area. Now you are going to run that one again along x-axis from 0 to 1. Then this will be swiped along x-axis, but look at here, this is not a constant now. What is that one? That's some function, am I right? This height is varying. This height equal to 0 when x equal to this height equal to 1 when x equal to 0. When x equal to 0, height of this this ribbon, that's equal to 1, am I right? So when x equal to 1, this is 0, this height is 0. Is that okay? Again, so now it will take care actually. This integral will take care. I think if you do this one, what will happen? X minus x square by 2, 0 to 1, I think 1 minus 1 by 2, that's equal to 1 by 2. That's the area. I hope you got what I'm trying to explain here. again here we need this instantaneous height here or arbitrary height here, and then we need to integrate this one actually. That's why again those integrals are interlinked like this. I hope I'm just right and about this one, or how he has done.
It was
1 minus y, isn't it? Again I think he ran y from 0 to 1 but x from 0 to 1 minus y. If y is equal to 1 minus x, then obviously x is equal to 1 minus y. You can just invert that relation. Okay, this is equation of this line actually. Again, one thing that you should understand, if you run from 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 0 to 3, it will be cuboid. It will not this prism shaped region. You will take other region also. You will take this region also. That's what I am saying, other region. Is that okay? Again, you should take that volume integral of this scalar field only in that region, in that prism shaped region, not in the region of cuboid. That's why this change of what you call limit actually. So quickly, raise your doubts or ideas.
Sir, this is giving me volumes, right, sir? The double integral.
This double integral gives me just area. This is giving me area. This one, okay? This is area.
Sir, but here my f of, if I write it as a double integration of some f of x comma y into
now look
dx
at here.
dy.
Now if you have some scalar into dx dy in
Yes,
this
sir.
case. Now again if you run from 0 to 1, 0 to 1, it will cover what you call integral of that area integral of that scalar in the square shaped region, not in this region.
Okay.
If you just do some scalar dx dy by running from 0 to 1, 0 to 1, that will cover this region. That will give again this integral in whole region, not in this region. Now once you learn how to run the limit to find this area, now you can put scalar. Again that limit will take care.
Okay.
So the same thing that we should do here. If you wish to find volume, then what would you do? You should just take off this one. Again this is the volume of the prism, isn't it? Now you can put this t, because it will take that volume integral only in that region. That limit will take care of that region. Is that okay? But don't do like this, okay? Don't do 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 0 to 1 and make it half. You can do in case of area. In case of area, you can integrate from 0 to 1, 0 to 1 and you can make it half. But don't do the same thing here, because this scalar have got different what you call value in a different region. Are you getting my point? Don't think like that. You can take a full range of limit so that you will get answer for cuboid, and if you cut the cuboid so about this plane, you will get a prism. Am I right? Don't do like that, because again your nature of this function is different in different region. It will give that volume integral different value in different region. So you can't make it half. Is that okay? Or if you have some better idea, I think you better to come out with some more idea in the evening. I think Abhishek is trying to explain something. You better to present that one in the evening, okay, while interview session, so that again we better to develop some more ideas here, okay. I hope now it is almost convinced. Let me try to give some more explanation from any what you call vector, again this integral calculus book. I think they may explain in some other way. Let me try that. What is that page number? Yeah, volume integral, example number 1.8. Am I right? Yes. I hope you got some brief ideas. So just try to follow this one, okay. You should imagine that integration in this manner actually. You are integrating dy means along y-axis you are getting one line. Then you are integrating with respect to dx means this line you are going to sweep along x-axis. Can you imagine? Again, you have a point here, okay. So you have a point here. If you do integral of dy, what will happen? It will become line, isn't it? What is this one? This is a length. Am I right? Again, then if you just integrate this line with respect to dx, what will happen? You are sweeping this one. You are just sweeping this line along x-axis. Then that will become area. You should imagine that one. Again, you should imagine the integration like that. From point, we are going to get line. From line, we are going to get area. From area, if you integrate with respect to dz, you will get volume. Like that you have to imagine. Is that okay? Again, suppose if I have y here, if I have x here, y is running from 0 to 1 minus x. So what would happen? You will get this height. Am I right? When x is running from 0 to 1, what will happen? You get area. This area is swept. Am I right? Now if z is running from 0 to 3, what will happen? Again, z is outward from the page. Is that okay? X, Y, Z. Z is outward from the page. Now that is nothing but you are just putting the same kind of this triangle one above the other, so that you are just building up that triangle, and that will become volume, isn't it? Then obviously you will get this shape. Am I right? So again you are just accumulating this kind of triangle. So triangular slab, suppose, isn't it? Then that will become prism. Am I right? That's what again you can do by just integrating with respect to dz here. This is a triangle. This is the area of the triangle. Again, accumulate that area along z axis, isn't it? You will get volume here. Try to imagine that one in 3 dimensions. You are starting with a point. Point become line. Line become area. Okay. Again, line become one surface area, and then that surface become that planar surface. When it is integrated in other direction, it will become volume. Is that okay? So try to imagine like that quickly. If there are no doubt, let me. Yes.
Can divergence and curls coexist for a function? If curl exists,
coexist.
If curl exists, divergence should be zero height. If curl exists.
Yeah, definitely. If curl is exist.
But sir, for some problems, first I try and getting both divergence and curls for a function.
Wait a second, I'm just thinking about that one. Is it possible to have both divergence non-zero and both curl non-zero? Am I right?
Yes.
You have any examples?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think you can have. Okay, you can have this one. Why not? Any vector calculus theorem which is not allowing us to do so? Not like that. Am I right? Again, we say divergence of curl. Again, curl is some other vector field. Am I right? Curl is some other vector field. That vector field divergence is 0. Okay, this is not this vector field. That is different. Am I right? Del cross V is a different vector. It has divergence 0. But again,
okay.
a vector which can have both divergence and curl. Again, I better to give the situation where you have a stationary charge which gives del dot E. I have some magnet which is moving here. Okay, magnet which is moving here in this region, so that EMF is induced. Okay, del dot E is equal to, let me write, rho by epsilon naught. I have simultaneously, I'll keep that magnet moving in space, so that magnetic field in the region will change. Then del cross E is equal to minus dou B by dou T. I can have that situation. That's what I'm saying. Okay, where both curl and divergence both exist, but one is because of one charge, other is because of other one. Anyway, we shall discuss. But again, better not to getting into this one. Okay, because again you may raise much question here. Again, we shall discuss in the dynamics part only. Now what I am saying is, again, mathematically that's possible. Okay, that is possible. Suppose if you take vector field is equal to y into z cap, this may not have any divergence. Am I right? But it may have curl. But again, if you take y z cap. Can you quickly find this one? Can you quickly find divergence?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, divergence of a curl of a vector is equal to 0. What is its physical meaning? My question is,
Again, this physical meaning is this curl of a vector field is such a vector field whose divergence is zero. Curl of a vector field, curl of any vector field, it is very special class of vector field. It will never diverge actually. Later
So
we are going to come across this one actually. Yes,
sir, can we do not say like that that while taking the curl of a vector and after taking divergence, the curl of a vector makes the vector such that the number of flux passing inward and passing outward becomes
outward equal to
equal.
zero. Yeah, again you can interpret like that because again divergence we have defined that one as again volume density of outward flux. Am I right? You can just define this one as a flux density. So then that's true. Again, this vector field, again it will never diverge actually. This vector field it will never diverge actually. So that's the meaning. But remember, this is not divergence of this vector field. Divergence of curl. Curl is some other vector field. Divergence of that vector field. Okay. Now whatever you put here, you will get this equation true. That means curl of a vector field, that is special class of vector field, it will never diverge. Or its volume density of the outward flux is always zero. That's correct. Okay. That interpretation is correct. Yes, tell me.
Can we say that the curl for a closed surface is always equal to 0? So this
Wait,
this is
wait,
the this is the meaning.
I can't hear you properly.
So this curl of any vector field, if I take its closed surface integral, it will be always be equal to
Yeah,
0.
again, you are trying to
So that
apply,
is
I
basically
think,
the meaning of
Gauss
this.
theorem. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, again, in that sense also it is true, isn't it? Again, if you take volume integral of this one, that can be converted into surface integral.
Closed surface integral.
Again, that will be actually later we shall show that open surface integral of del cross V. This is independent of the surface chosen.
Yes.
Then for closed surface it should be zero. It depends
Zero.
only on the path actually. Again, you can write this one as closed integral of V dot dl, where this path integral is what you call end point of the surface or boundary of the surface. Now shrink that what you call a closed path to 0 so that this will become closed surface. And I think I did explain this part.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Again, in that case, look at here. Closed surface integral is 0 actually. Closed surface integral of curl of any vector field, that is 0.
Yes.
That is 0. We are going to take this one. Okay. Later we are going to make use of this kind of equation. Is it clear?
Yes.
So that's why what we do is, again, this magnetic field is such a vector field, okay, whose surface integral is independent of the surface chosen. Independent of the surface chosen. Again, if I am writing like this, I am talking about open surface, okay. If I am writing like this, I am talking about closed surface. It is always 0. Again, this is just equivalent to del dot B is equal to 0. Again, we shall see again one-to-one correspondence here. Again, we use all this vector calculus tool over there. Again, this will help us. Okay, lot of the time this will help us actually. Again, you can choose any surface for a given boundary. You can calculate that magnetic flux. Again, you will get the same value. That's quite strange, am I right? It looks very strange. You take any surface, you take one boundary line as a circle, okay. Either you take this surface or you take a kind of what you call a kind of hemispherical surface. You will get flux of the magnetic field same because this boundary line is same for both of the surface. Am I right? For this surface as well as this planar surface. you will get the same value. Okay, it's a special class of vector field. So then what we do is we write that B as some del cross A. B, which is the outcome of some curl of some other vector field. That's why it behaved like that. That's how we are going to take the formalism. We shall see that one. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, in the first problem you told me that the divergence of r cap by r square is 0,
Yes.
and you link it with the electric field. So how can we physically think about it, and
No,
how the
again,
divergence?
here actually, there should be somewhere source. Am I right? You have a vector field. Again, when you just try to draw this one and all, again, actually this is fixed by your Gauss theorem. Okay, what is that Gauss theorem? Del dot r cap by r square d tau. Suppose take a sphere. Spheres of radius r, which is centered at the origin, that should be equal to r cap by r square dot dA, isn't it? Can I take like this? I am going to take one sphere of radius r, which is centered at the origin. Now this part will give non-zero, this part will give 0. To fix this one, we are going to fix this part actually. It's pure mathematics now.
Okay.
I am trying to balance left hand side, right hand side of my Gauss theorem by believing Gauss theorem will never fail.
Yes, sir.
Is that okay? Again, if you think about pure mathematics, this is the proof why it should not be 0. And if you think in other way, so this is the vector field which is generated because of charge at the origin. Charge is the source of that vector field. Maybe you can change your unit, am I right? You can avoid that 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. That's what we do in case of Gaussian unit actually. We avoid that 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Or 1 by epsilon naught, those things would not come over there. Again, just to try to absorb QS or take unit charge, then this will be the electric field, am I right? You have a source.
Yes, sir.
Without that source, you don't have electric field. But it is giving 0 everywhere, am I right? When you just look into this one, it seems like this is giving 0 everywhere. That
Yes,
is
sir.
true. It is true only outside the origin. At origin, you can't take it again. You can't believe to be this one true, because at origin, that means r is equal to 0. Your magnitude r equal to 0. This will diverge actually. It's just like your derivative doesn't exist at the origin.
Okay, sir.
So that's why we write in terms of Dirac delta. Dirac delta is not well-behaved function at all. Am I right? We
Yes,
better
sir.
to say derivative doesn't exist at the origin. Later we fix that one using this what you call Gauss theorem. You will see that one. Okay. Again, that is also needed later. Is that clear?
Okay, sir.
Yes. Yeah, I think you better to hold on your doubt. Okay, because I will give some homework. On that homework again, you better come out with the doubt again before evening. Okay. Now, whatever the homework I am giving on the what you call integral calculus part, and again a part of this coordinate system. Okay, I am going to give the homework. I mean, this homework will be quite huge. Take today as well as tomorrow. Okay, before tomorrow evening, you should try to submit the homework. Okay, let me just select the problem according to CSIR net exam concern by keeping CSIR net exam. Later we shall extend it. Okay, we shall extend some more problems. Okay, yeah. Any doubts? Any quick doubts quickly? Simultaneously, you should do Gauss law problems. Okay. Again, that's also before tomorrow evening. You should have completed all Gauss law problems. Problem number 2.11 problem number 2.18 actually, or 11 to 18 from second chapter. You should have completed all of this problem before tomorrow also. Again, if I upload next 2 videos, I think I have done most of those things. Okay, I have done most of the problems in class. That's why there are a lot of videos on that one. I have explained lot of problems, not only example problem, outside problem also. That's why the whole number of video is increased actually. just try to do the problem yourself, or just watch that problem part with more playback speed. Try to do it yourself. If you see that if you see the problem that I have solved, it doesn't mean that you can reproduce that one again. Okay, you should do that one yourself. Okay, yeah, for a sake, let me close this session and post your doubt, and let me again, in the evening we shall start at 5 o'clock. Come out with the doubt at 5 o'clock. Okay, 5 to 5:30 we shall again spend time on doubt. Then 5:30 to 6:30 we shall spend time on interview session. In the afternoon again, I think I may take half an hour interview session. Be ready. Okay, yeah, again I'm uploading 2 more videos along with homework. Try to finish out before evening.